Hello everybody, it's Stephen and Walter here for another episode of So Chatty, episode number 167. And today, we're not doing an unboxing, we're doing an unbagging. Yes, we've got Santa's sack right here, and it's loaded, and it's big, and this is filthy. So, yeah, but before we get to that, some other things that are important, something you've already seen, and if you've watched everything I've put up this week, you've seen it several times. Walter just reminded me of that, but I'm going to show it to you again. So it's Stephanie's design for Christmas tree table runner. I had to think what it's called. And I think you've seen probably a lot of these on the internet because everybody's doing it. I mean, if you're anybody, everybody's doing it. And people are doing it in all kinds of different color combinations. And it looks great in all those different color combinations. And I'm trying to think what I did with this, because I'm thinking of giving it as a gift. Oh, well, I'll find it. It's somewhere. Anyways, you've seen it. It's done. It's quilted. I love it. Moving right along, shall we? With this, I can't find my bloody cursor now. Okay, so... yeah, I want to say something about this. This is from the Barnstar sampler. Now, there are two really large blocks that look like this one, but they're slightly different in design. You've seen them back a week or so ago, and I mentioned the problems I had with those, but I think I solved the problems. The secret is don't use steam. Okay, I am now a convert to that, since I never believed it, but I believe it now. Steam causes your fabrics to shrink, and it shows up on...
well, if you had pre-washed your fabrics, you...
pick a finger. That's the one. Anyways, hey, there's a lot of people don't pre-wash their fabrics because we don't like them limp, and it's an extra step, and you got to flatten them up.
Limp.
With people who do garments, it's a must for you, but it's not necessarily a must for me. And don't even...
you're just lazy.
And don't get everybody... so what? And don't get everybody all upset with that, because that's a controversial issue in the quilting world, whether to pre-wash or not to pre-wash, and it's pretty much evenly divided. And that means
a bunch of lazy people.
We really don't need anybody making more comments about it, because we know that's an endless battle. It's never going to be won. I don't do it, but I did discover that when you're working with small pieces, and they have to be very precise, that the little bit of steam you might use can shrink the fabric just a hair, but multiply that over many little pieces and things don't fit together right. So when I stopped steaming it, I wasn't having that problem. So, and another tip too, which this is probably things people have known for years, but new to me, okay? And in fact, I didn't believe it. I heard a lot of people going, don't ever use steam, don't ever use steam. And I thought, well, I like steam and I'm going to use it. And a lot of people don't like to use steam because they talk about water in your iron, and it can cause your iron eventually to wear out quicker and all this kind of stuff. So I think I focused on that thing more than I focused on the shrinkage thing. But anyways, yeah, I don't use steam now on the pieces, and it does make a difference. So this is the second block, which I take. These big blocks, they're 24 by 24. Okay, they're huge. The whole quilt is not made up of ones this big, but the first couple of blocks are like this size. Well, in the instructions, it tells you what to cut to make this block, and I did, but nowhere in that first part of the instruction did it say you need it more than one. And I thought, ooh, I'm getting off light here. I only need one of these. Good. Then a couple of you, because I showed this earlier in the week, a couple of you wrote to me and said, I think there's two of those. And I went, no, there can't be two. Oh, God, I don't want to go through this hell again. And so I looked at the pattern. Well, yeah, there are two of them. But here's what happened. I looked at the picture on the front of the quilt. I did not see two. I saw one of these. But then I looked at it again and realized the way they took the picture is they had it draped over a clothesline. So 1/3 of the quilt you can't really see. But the way it was taken, it looked like it was the whole quilt. And yeah, the second star was hidden. in behind. I went to the diagram on the very last page, and this is in a book. This is not just a little folded up sheet of paper for this. This is a book for this pattern. So I went to the last page of the book, 44 or something, and I looked at their very busy diagram that they had a line drawing of it all. And yep, there's the second one. So I've the second one. They're done. They went together fine. Yep, they take a while to make. So I'm thinking, okay, people told me that once you get past those first two blocks or whatever, it's a piece of cake. They're all smaller pieces. No, they're not. Block number 3 is a mariner's compass like style block. Okay. And it's 24 by 24. And yes, there are 2 of them as well. This quilt just goes on for days.
It'll look nice when it's done.
Oh, yeah. Damn right it is, because I'm not giving up on it, but it's going to take a while to get finished because I can only spend so much of my time on it before I get like frustrated. So this is my new candidate for Quilt from Hell. Okay, so anyways, there's that. And speaking of patterns that may have some flaws in them, well, not Barnstar Sampler doesn't have a flaw in it. It's just the way I looked at it. But this is the Mouse King. It's an in the hoop embroidery project, applique, freestanding applique. It's quite big. It's about 3 feet in length. And it's from Designs by, no, it's not Designs by Juju. It's a Sweet Pea design. I've done many of their patterns before with no problem. They have very, very detailed, almost to the point of giving you too many instructions. They definitely err on the side of too much information. But if you were a newbie at this, then that information will be welcomed. And it's coupled with pictures as well. So like when I printed out the instructions, it was 104 pages of instructions. Now, I have done these kind of things before, so I really didn't need to read the instructions like in minute detail, but I did notice a couple of things. They got some of their numbers out of order for the stitching numbers, and they repeated some instructions that didn't need to be repeated, which made it confusing, because then I started looking back and going, well, wait, why are we doing this now? Didn't we just do this a moment ago? Is there some other reason why we'd be doing this? And I couldn't figure it out. Also, there were some problems with the files when I downloaded them, the way they were labeled. Usually, one of these files for your embroidery machine will have several sizes that you can make, and they will designate the sizes by the size of the hoop. And there's 9 major pieces of this to put together, and I was doing it in the largest size, but 2 of the pieces were not there. At least they weren't labeled with the size that I was working with, but they were labeled with a size, or there were pieces labeled with a size I've never seen before in the hoop design. Now, that's not to say they don't exist, maybe on other machines, but not on my Janome. But they seemed like weird, like something like 7 by 8 or something like that. And I got thinking about it and looking at them. And there's 2 of these files, and there wasn't any other pieces to go with those files. So I'm thinking, oh, the 2 pieces I'm missing, part of the number corresponded to the 2 pieces I thought I was missing. So I looked at them, put them up on the screen, started stitching them out, and yeah, they were the pieces that were missing, but you needed them. But that was very confusing. I would have thought they should have all been labeled the same size. I don't know why. They were pieces that could use a smaller hoop from some of the other pieces, but I don't know. Very confusing. So what did I do about that? Like if I'd been a brand new, if this is my first project ever, I would have been lost completely. But I've done these before. I know the procedure and everything, so I was able to do what you see here in front of you. So I wrote to Sweet Pea, and I just explained to them exactly what I just explained to you. Have I heard back from them? That was at the first of the week. Nope. Am I going to hear back from them? I doubt it. I doubt it. There's a lady, I think she's the owner, I don't know. She does a lot of videos showing how to do her stuff. She did not have a video. I couldn't find a video for the Mouse King. She puts them up on YouTube, which is interesting. Um, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed in that I didn't get any kind of reply. At the least, I expected a canned comment going, "Oh, um, sorry about that. We'll have to look at that. Bye bye. Drop dead." But it seems like I suggested to them that maybe it got missed because someone didn't proofread. Because it looked to me like some of the instructions had been cut and pasted in from other projects, and that's perfectly all right because you basically do the same thing for any of these kind of projects. So why retype everything out again if you've already got it there? But you need to proofread because some things don't line up exactly the same in the two. And that's what I said to them. And I said, I mean, I love their patterns. I've done many of their patterns. So I said, maybe this is a one-off. It's not going to stop me from doing any more of their patterns in the future. But I also did say that I would be mentioning this on YouTube as well. Not that they care. They don't know who I am. They're in New Zealand. So really, they don't really know anything about it and they don't care. I mean, it's not like I'm going to change anything. And I'm not going to suggest you shouldn't buy a pattern from them because this is the only one I've ever had a problem with. I saw a problem. So it's a one-off. And I told them that. But I haven't even got any kind of message back from them one way or the other. So that always bothers me about customer service. In fact, we're going to talk a little bit about that kind of thing on Stephen and Walter Live this week. Yeah, because customer service lately has been going downhill on some of these onlines. And one of the places we're going to talk a little bit about is Missouri Star Quilt. Some new things that have come to light with them. But anyways, you'll have to tune in to Stephen and Walter Live on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern, if you want to hear all about that. Okay, so that's what I've been up to. What have you been doing?
I have actually
Buying
progressed
chocolate.
on making a couple of bags, but I haven't done very much on it.
And he's been buying chocolate on sale, no sugar added, Lindor, because good price on Amazon. But they've cut him off. He's bought so much of it that they're
No, I
limiting him.
didn't. Actually, they limit you 6 bars, right?
That's a story.
The bars sell normally between $6.99 and $7.99 each, and Amazon has them on for $4.57. I don't know why it's such $4.57.
So how many have you bought to date?
I bought 12.
But I thought they limited you to 6.
Yeah, they limit you to 6, and then before you actually can buy another 6, it takes a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, Walter can't resist a sale.
Yeah, well, I figure I'll buy them now. I don't go through them that fast.
And does he share? No.
Well, no, there's no sugar added.
Yeah, so I tried
I gave
a
you
little
a
piece.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't want you eating it. There's expensive chocolate for you to eat it.
I'm not worth expensive chocolate, apparently. He'll just get me the cheap shit. Here, eat this. It's chalk.
Well, if you eat too much of it, it'll make you the bathroom because it's got sugar substitute in it.
Oh, this has just become your war cry. He says, "Don't eat that. You'll shit." Yeah, okay. Soft serve, whatever. Yeah,
Goes
okay.
in soft brown.
It comes out the same, yeah. Whatever. Now we're getting gross. So nothing to show. But you have these bags you was talking about that you need
Well,
to...
no, I just started.
No.
I decided to make a couple of these wine bags, and I've got them pretty much. I just have to sew them together. So I was going to do them last night, but then I decided not to.
Fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Whatever.
Where's
I want people to know that Walter is very active.
Okay, go ahead.
Buying chocolate on sale. All right.
If you're not active buying everything else on sale.
I buy important things.
Yeah, stuff for your 3D printers. I always am the one that has to throw all this stuff out. Like, you always throw, you throw the boxes in the garage and you don't open them up and whatever. So I have to do that.
That's
then
your
you
job.
Throw the spools out, which are recyclable, right? They're cardboard.
Recycling. You put them in the recycling.
Yeah. you throw them in the wrong box for recycling, and I have to pick them all out.
Well, you know where you
right
put the
box.
bloody boxes too. We have a door into our garage. You go out. He's got the boxes now for some reason around the corner of the bump
Yeah,
out,
they fit better there.
but I can't reach them.
Oh,
I have little
you
arms.
gotta go
I
in. You
have
gotta
little
go out
arms.
in the garage. Step out in the garage.
It's cold.
It's too bad.
It's not my job. Keeps you busy. Whatever. Welcome to the domestic argument hour.
Yeah, we in Canada, if anybody doesn't know, we have to recycle. They don't let us do it. We have blue boxes that go out, and they have to have certain things in it that get recycled.
Well, yeah, but if I have to go out in that garage in freezing weather, it's not only going to be the boxes that are blue.
I mean, we have to separate all our garbage out. Like we have blue box, we have a green bin. Our green bin has our discarded vegetable stuff and meat and that has to go in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then once every 2 weeks, we get to throw up to four green garbage bags out.
Count them. 4 garbage bags. Whatever is. Oh, he has such a hard life. Oh, yeah.
But you have to, with the recyclables, you have to separate your cardboard out and from your like tins and stuff like that.
Well, you see that.
And your newspaper has to be.
That confuses my pretty little brain. I'm sorry, Rhett.
And then you throw stuff in there that can't be recycled.
Oh, like what?
Plastic containers that aren't recyclable, aren't recyclable and stuff like that.
I don't throw many of those in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. Gives you something to do. So speaking of something to do, here's what's coming up this week. Sewing with Stephanie and Steven. This coming Wednesday again, but this will be our last one until the new year, because the next Wednesday after that one is Christmas Day. We leave for Georgia on Christmas Day, and the next one after that is on a Wednesday, and that's New Year's Day. And that's also the day that we will be starting our journey back from Georgia back up here. Stephanie, in the meanwhile, she's got another event on after the retreat that she's going to. She's going off to Stitch in Heaven in Texas for something there. And so by the time, we won't be home, any of us, for this. So our next, after this Wednesday coming, the 18th, after that, January the 8th, will be our next Sewing with Stephanie and Steven. So you guys get a break for a while. Miss us a lot. You're shaking your head like as if you were ever there.
I thought of joining.
Yeah, you. That's why I hear. Oh, I thought I might join you, and then you never come.
No, and then I got sidetracked.
So we had the pop-up sew day last Saturday. That was pretty fun. Everybody got a prize. One person figured it out. Well, then I found out other people had it figured out. It wasn't that big of a secret, but I wasn't saying anything. And one person said, when we're getting near the end, I think everybody's getting a prize. Killjoy. Yeah. But I don't think it was a big surprise to anybody. They all had it all figured out. But it was a good day. I got things done. We had little show and share times and saw lots of interesting creations and inspirational creations. And yeah, it was a good time. Next pop-up sew day? Well, not till January sometime. So yeah, won't be until probably after January the 8th anyways with that. So yeah. Okay. People have been asking me update on.
Mind you, Russ is having one.
Oh, yes. Well, I was going to mention Russ's. Yeah, Russ, those of you on his mailing list probably got the announcement the other day. Russ talked about it on his vlog yesterday, Wednesday. And that's this coming Sunday, starting, I think he said 8:30.
Yeah, that's Quilt Meets World, right?
Yeah, Quilt Meets World. Russ, as in Quilt Meets World. It's his shenanigans sew day, as he calls it. So I think he's running it from 8:30 to 3:30, but double check that on his YouTube channel, Quilt Meets World. And the link is there as well for it if you did not get it because you're not on his mailing list yet. And why are you not? You should be. So all you need to do is just send him an email. His email address is in his show notes, I believe. And I think he'll be more than pleased to put you on his mailing list so you'll get notifications of it. So yeah, That's this coming Sunday, December the 15th. Okay, so Hope Air, the raffle. As far as I know, they have finished the raffle and have drawn a winner. I don't know who that winner is. I don't know when they're going to get their quilt. I still have the quilt here because I have had no contact with anybody from Hope Air about this. Nothing. So it's a mystery. So I don't know what's happening with it. So I'll let you know when I know. And thank you to some, I know some of you actually bought a ticket on the raffle, which was very nice of you to do that, given the fact that the ones I think that I do know of that bought a ticket are quilters. Like, do we as quilters really need to buy a raffle ticket on a quilt? But you were doing it to support my efforts with Hope Air, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And I don't think any of you won it because, well, maybe they haven't even contacted the winner yet. I don't know. I was talking to a couple of you that bought tickets on the So Day this past week, and you hadn't heard a word. So either you didn't win or they haven't announced the winner or whatever. So
I suspect they haven't announced the winner.
I don't get it. Well, I get it. What it is that I'm too small. They're used to having donations from corporations that run golf tournaments, barbecues, marathon races, and stuff like this, and present them with the checks for thousands of dollars.
Yeah, well, when you run a what do you call it, the raffle, and you don't advertise it, what do you expect?
I know. I mean, they stuck it on their Facebook page. You can probably find it if you like go through pages after pages after pages after pages. I had a hard time finding it. I mean, they gave me a link to where they had put it up on the internet. It's not on their main page of Hope Air. And how anybody would find it, I don't know. I mean, I put it in all my show notes, as you know. It was there, but so I don't know. I don't know how this works. I'm very disappointed, and that's it. I'm not donating anything to any charity except Quilts of Valor. All right, moving on. You will find links for days 1 to 5, days 6 to 10, and days 11 to 16 of Stephanie and myself opening up the Missouri Star Quilt Christmas box. Now, the link for days 11 to 16 will, this should be 11 to 15. Yeah, it says 11:15 on that. I just wrote it down in my notes wrong. 11 to 15. That one doesn't go live until this Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning. So if you click on that particular link now, it's just not going to go in, but the other two will. And as of Sunday, after 8 o'clock in the morning, the link will be active on that. And this is all over on Stephanie's channel as well as mine, so you can pick and choose who you want to watch. I won't be that upset if you pick Stephanie. Enough said. No. Okay, the social review. We have revived it for a special Christmas edition. That will be next Thursday evening, December the 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And that will involve Stephanie of Stephanie Stitches, Russ of Quilt Meets World, and Walter and myself as well. And we haven't done one of these in quite a while, mainly because we were running out of topics. But this time we decided to talk about, we each picked 3 YouTube channels we watch on a regular basis that may or may not have anything to do with quilting or sewing. And we're going to talk about why we like them. And Stephanie has very kindly put the links to everything we're going to discuss in her show notes for that show. It is on Stephanie's channel. That's where you will find it. And so if you find any of the things we talk about interesting, you can just click on the link and check it out for yourself as well. So that's this coming Thursday, December the 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And go to Stephanie's channel for the link, but in the show notes below, I think I have put the link for it as well. Of course, it's not active until the 19th, but at 7 o'clock. But join us if you can. Okay, we're getting closer to Georgia, to Stephanie's retreat. Starting to get things together. It's becoming very busy because there's a lot of things to think about, and I make lists so we don't forget anything for this. And it is for us a 2-day drive to Georgia. And as I said earlier, we're leaving on Christmas Day. This is sort of our Christmas. Now, we went last year, and now we're going this year. It's becoming a tradition. And yeah, because, well, Christmas around here is boring. We'd rather be with all of them for it. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So we will be doing some lives from Georgia. I'm taking something I've never done before. I usually travel with my iPad and of course my cell phone, and that's how we do a lot of our videos that we send from whenever we're on a trip. But this time I'm taking my laptop with me. I've never done this before. Shouldn't be a problem, but I'm taking that. But I'm also I just bought a couple of more wireless microphones so that I can wire all 4 of us up for it. So it sounds better than the way we did last year. And also I'm taking an extra camera and stand and that so that hopefully I'm trying to transfer the technology I use right now here in a mobile manner. I don't know how this will work, but we're hoping it'll work. It should work with no problems, but you know, technology. So look for that. That'll be, I don't know what the date will be of our first live. Probably about the second day we're there, or maybe the first day we're there at some point in the evening. And we're probably going to just try to do a couple of lives. I don't know if we might each do a live on our own channels, but with all of us in them. And, you know, maybe we'll do one a day and tell you about all the, as Russ would say, shenanigans that we've all gotten up to down there and that kind of thing. So we'll see what happens. Right now, we don't have an absolute definite plan, just that we are going to do something. Okay, so we finished up the in the hoop windmill that we did last week, and we need projects for the coming year. We don't have anything. We have some ideas, but we want to hear what your ideas are. Now, there are some parameters around your ideas. They can't be one-offs. What I mean by that is we don't want something that's only going to be just done on one episode of So Chatty. We want something that's a little bit more involved, not too hard, but a little bit more involved that will take us maybe 3 or 4 sessions to do. We are thinking of doing tote bags, but from 2 points of view. An in the hoop tote bag, you do those, and then the more, well, Walter's designer bags, okay, because they are designer bags. So we'll do something about that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll both maybe work on bags in both mediums, kind of a thing, and compare our results too as with it. Like, Walter, have you ever done a bag in the hoop?
No.
Oh.
I've been meaning to do one.
Oh, I really like doing bags in a hoop. And I've got some good patterns that I just bought on a Christmas sale on some of the sites. So yeah, some really fancy bags. And I have done tote bags, you know, standard way with your sewing machine. Although I have to have him show me what he does, because I have an idea how he does his kind of things, but his are just another level above.
Well, mine tend to be very heavy, though. Like, I tend to use a lot of interfacing.
Well, everybody likes a stiff bag. Really. No one likes a droopy bag.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants it flopping all over the place. But anyways, but if you've got some ideas as well, please put them in the comments below or send them to me on email, and we'll consider it, and maybe we can develop something around your ideas as well. But today, speaking of bags, we are going to open this year's Kawartha Quilting Santa Sack. And we're going to rate the items in here and make a determination whether I'm going to get it another year. This is the 3rd year that I've gotten it. Heavy. Very heavy. Now, the way Kawartha Quilting is a quilt store local to our area, a little bit about 35 minutes north of us, kind of a thing, 40 minutes. You've heard me talk about them before. I love that quilting store as well. And they put one of these out every year. Now, they don't do it like Jenny Doan Christmas box or the other Advent boxes. There's not, you don't open one gift every day. You could, I guess. I have no idea what's inside this bag.
Isn't there usually about 15 bags or something?
Something like that. We'll see what's in there. But yeah, so we're going to open the whole thing right now and talk about all of this. But first of all, admire the bag. They make the bags and they do the embroidery on the bags as well, which that's a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yeah, so the bag tends to be a bit of a gift as well. So
yeah, I have last year's bag too. I don't know where I put it. I have it somewhere in a drawer. And the year that too, I think. So we're going to open this. And so pull the string. Now, I don't know if they've wrapped everything individual. Oh, they haven't wrapped it. Yeah, they have some of the stuff. So I'm just going to reach in and whatever comes out, and we'll talk about it and show it to you and rate it. So this one's wrapped. I think I know what this is already because there's been one in the last year and I think the year before that. It's probably the calendar. I forget what they call it. The quilting art calendar. Something like that. That's what it feels like. Either that or it's Taylor Swift's latest album on vinyl. Not that I'd want that. I'm not a Swiftie. Are you a Swiftie?
not really. I've listened to her music and
Some
of
stuff
it,
I like. I don't hate her.
But it's not. I'm not a fangirl.
No, me either. They use nice quality paper. It's the thick stuff. Ooh, say that. Yes, look, I was right. It is Art of the Quilt 2025. Now, the beauty of this calendar is if you look on the back, these are the quilts that are featured on them for each month, but the patterns are in here for each one of these quilts as well. Now, I had great plans last year when I got the calendar.
Let me take a look at that.
When I got the calendar last year to make some of these, I never made one of them. Some of them are kind of simple. You could make some of these, Walter.
Yeah.
Speaking of simple. Yeah, they're not hard patterns with it. But yeah, do I use this calendar as a calendar? No, I don't, because I don't use any calendars. I used to. This has nice big squares for writing in and things like that. Actually, I should just take the wrapper off it so you can see inside. I need scissors. Excuse me for a moment.
Do you have any scissors?
Do I have any scissors? No, I'm a quilter. Why would I have scissors? Really? Okay, here we go. Get it out of its little protective covering. Geez, this stuff is slippery. I swear, the older I get, the less I can grip things. I'm losing my grip. You don't have to agree with that so readily. Okay, here we go. Oh, look, there's a piece of cardboard in it, too. Bonus! So, here's what it looks like. You see great big, huge squares for writing in, which is really good. Like I said, I do everything electronically,
that's
so
the problem.
I don't write in them.
I don't use calendars anymore either.
I'm not going to take the time through every page, but you get the idea. But where are the patterns, you may say? Well, in the back, they're all here. And they're all printed on like one double-sided sheet of paper. So they're kind of simple patterns, but that's okay. That one's actually kind of interesting. Yeah. That one, very modern. But anyways, what I will do is I will go through this calendar later, and I will mark off the ones I might want to do, or Walter can look through it and see if there's anything that grabs him. Of course, he'll never get it done, but, you know. So, okay, let's rate this, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 5, what would you give it?
I don't know. I don't know if I would buy it myself. That's the problem.
No, and the value of this is in US it's $17.99, in Canada it's $24.99, so it's $25 if you were to buy this in the store. So Which isn't out of the way because these type of calendars usually do run you that kind of price. But as I said, for me, I do everything electronically. I do like the
I guess
pictures.
if you looked at the back of it and saw one that you wanted to do, it might be worthwhile getting.
Yeah.
I mean, it might be inspiring to do one or two of them since you've got the calendar anyway.
Yeah.
But
Most of the patterns on this are fairly simplistic, I think.
Mhm.
Well, not necessarily. There's one here that looks a little bit more involved,
Mhm.
kind of a deal. But it's nice. It's good quality. You're getting like what?
I mean, if you're somebody that likes using a paper calendar and stuff
Yeah.
like that, it might be really nice to have. But
Well, you're also getting 12 patterns
yeah,
as well. I mean, they are not really the same as buying patterns in a quilt store as per se, but it's still 12 patterns. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5, just mainly because of the patterns more than anything else. And but if you're somebody who uses a calendar like this, hey, it's bonus for it. So so I'm not disappointed in it, but I knew as soon as I felt the bag that, because this has become basically a standard kind of thing that they put in every year, and which is fine. Okay. Next thing. What's that feel like to you? Feel my bag.
it almost feels like a small rotary cutter or some sort or something.
Rotary pen?
Or I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Oh, I don't know. It's something on a card.
It feels like a handle on there.
Okay.
Seam ripper.
It's a seam ripper. Not impressed. Sorry. Seam rippers.
We're sewers. We all have seam
We
rippers.
all have seam rippers. Okay. This didn't take any thought to throw in the bag. Okay. It's a seam ripper. It's a gypsy seam ripper. That's a good name.
One thing I like about it is that it won't roll off your desk.
Okay, well, there's a bonus. Yeah,
Yeah, the ones I have all roll off my desk.
Well, wouldn't matter whether they didn't roll off your desk or not. Oh, it's a light up one.
Oh.
A protective cover and batteries included.
Oh,
So I have seen these before, but how bright is bright? Because I think I had something like this. It wasn't this particular
That might be
manufacturer,
beneficial.
but that might be. So maybe I'll take it back. This is something a little bit more unique.
It's not just your average seam ripper. Now, does it come with batteries? No.
I thought it said it had batteries.
Is there a little
Protective cover and batteries included. Maybe there's a thing that you have to pull out. You know how? See there. Oh yeah, there is. Oh, it takes those stupid little disc batteries. It takes 3 of those.
Yep, there you
go. Okay, I'm not impressed with.
There, it's on the floor there.
With the types of batteries it takes.
Yeah, I hate ones that have
like these are like tiny little itty bitty. Okay, and I'm not sure which way they go in now because
here, let's see.
I think I.
Oh, now you threw all of them out. Jeez.
Well, is there a thing that shows you how to put them in?
Yeah, I think I know how to.
What's it say on the back of it? Protective cover and batteries include. This lighted seam ripper is perfect for ripping out stitches, cutting threads, and opening buttonholes. The bright light illuminates the area you're working on with a simple slide of the easy on-off switch. It has a fine, sharp blade with a safety ball to protect the fabric and clear cap to protect it when not in use. Ridges along the top of the handle add grip for better control while at work. To use, remove protective cover. To turn on, slide switch on. Did you get in there? Slide switch on position. Turn off, slide switched off position. Replace protective covering.
Pretty bright.
Yeah. It's hard to show you on here.
Let me see.
What? Well, yeah, no one can see that.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out if I had to seam rip something. Yeah,
I guess, yeah.
You could see your stitches a lot better.
Okay. I take it back. It's not just a seam ripper. It's something a little bit more to it. So I will actually try that and see how I like it. And with that little light. Okay, I take it back. What would you give it?
No, I can give it a 5. 4.
I'll give it a 4.
I mean, if it's really nice to have, then it's a 5. But
well, one thing that's an advantage to this is if your eyesight's not so great, and mine's not so great. So
yeah,
this might help.
I find sometimes that the stitches are hard to see, especially if it's like black on black or something like that.
True. So I will definitely try this out, and I'll get back to you and tell you maybe after I've used it for a while how much, whether I like it or not. Now I don't know what these would be valued at. $10, maybe more. I don't know. Have to look it up, but I'm not going to bother. So, okay, I'm going to give it a 4. You're giving it a 5. All right, we're not keeping record of this. Let me see here. Walter, me. I gave the calendar a 4, and I gave this a 4. What did you give the calendar?
Yeah, give it
a 3. 4.
Yeah, and seam rippers either a 4 or 5.
Well, make
it a 5. I like seam rippers. I like that it's not going to roll off my desk, and the light is a nice bonus. So.
Okay. Let's do here. All right. What's this say? Merry Christmas. Okay, it's another. Okay, this one's soft, flat, no bumps. What do you think it is? I have no idea.
Like an instruction booklet of some sort. I don't know.
Okay. G-Easy Organizing Stickers. This package contains 3 colorful sheets of stickers that feature 2 sizes of numbers 1 to 13 and letters A to M.
Could you put them on your little clips?
I could. Yeah. But it has, okay, it's got the alphabet, it's got numbers, it's got measurements. 1/4 inch, 1 inch, 1 1/4, 1 1/2, 1 3/4, 2 inch to. Okay.
What is it got? It's got stuff on the back.
It says, mark your own set of standard or jumble clips with letters to organize cut pieces or numbers to clip together steps in a pattern. Use the common cut sticker size stickers to keep same size pieces together. Sticker sheets in 3/4. Okay, I get it. All right, I just made a set of clips. And you see there's a picture on the back down here at the bottom. It's showing you putting the stickers on it. So, you've got keeping your pieces together when you're cutting stuff. And so, fabric A, fabric B, number 1, number 2, that kind of stuff. But what I think is interesting, in my first glance at this, I thought, what are those for? But now I get it. They have these measurements on here. So like if you've got a 4-inch square and it was piece F, you put those 2 stickers together and it's marking it. Now, the only thing is,
you can put it on separate clips.
Yeah, they're showing it on separate clips.
Yeah, put it on, so you put 2 clips on one that has both, one has the number and one has the size on it.
Yeah, and they're showing the big clips, which I have a lot of those too for that. So actually, okay, I was going to poo-poo it at first, but no. Yeah, I'm going to try these out. I'm going to use these because I made my own set of clips with a Sharpie, and I wrote like letters on them, and I wrote numbers on some of them. But I didn't do this with the size of the squares. And I was just thinking today I was cutting up a bunch of stuff that, oh, I should have had something with that. So this is a timely thing. So yeah, actually, I think I'd use it. Now, the only thing is you only get 3 sheets. Well, that's probably enough.
Yeah.
In that. Yeah, that's probably close enough. But it looks like you've got some you can add your own on.
Yeah.
Too.
Custom, yeah.
Okay. All right. No. This is something I think is very useful, and it's a good idea. Now, as long as they stick.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. As long as they stay stuck on the clips, and I guess time will tell me about that. But maybe we'll revisit this after I've used them for a bit. Okay, what would you give it?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would use them that much.
Okay, so
I don't know, 3 or whatever.
I'm going to give it a 4 because I think I will use them. And I can see why you probably wouldn't use it. This is
Yeah.
definitely more for a quilter than it is for a sewist, I
Yeah.
think. Okay, but not disappointed. Right, here's the next one. Ooh, it's soft at the bottom and hard at the top.
Ooh.
Okay, don't play with it.
Feels rude. Anyway. Polar bear on a stick. Oh, it's a little dust mop.
Oh, it is. It's called Fuzzy. One sweep will do it. Okay. Yep. Didn't do a bad job. This last time you dusted your head. Okay. Actually, I was thinking the other day I should bring down my extra Swiffer duster. And I would assume this is machine washable. It doesn't. They have a graphic impression. Quilt. I wonder if it comes. It
I think it comes off.
Probably comes off, and then you could throw it in the washing machine.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. This isn't something I would have been looking for with that, but
Okay.
no,
Okay.
I think that's okay. That's gets into those little nooks and crannies too. Yeah, maybe it's time to dust down here. I like this. I like this. It's fun. Yeah. So I'm giving it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5 because I know this is something I think is very useful.
Well,
and
you can give it to me for a 5. I'll give it a 5 too.
Okay.
So it's kind of an interesting thing to get in a bag.
Yeah, it's not something I would have thought of. So, okay. No idea.
It's like sort of little embellishing. Feels like bugs.
Do you want to open it? Feels like bugs on what?
Oh, it's a iron rack for your iron.
You have one of those, don't you?
Yeah, I have one upstairs.
Yeah, we've got for our.
They're handy to have.
Yes, we've got our little. Now it's meant for that one. I actually have that iron.
Yeah.
You know, this is the one that they show on there. But we both have the mini Olicio irons, and we have the.
Yeah, and I have an extra. I have a pad like that on my desk because I use a cordless iron. And my cordless iron recharges at one side of the room, and on the other side I iron on because it's hard to explain why I do that. But anyway, so yeah, they're handy to have a rest if your iron's in a spot where, because my iron doesn't stand up, I can't stand.
The only thing, I have one as well, not this brand. I have one I got a couple of years ago. I don't use it for a very good reason. Actually, it was in the Missouri Star Quilt Christmas box last year. He goes right through it.
Well, see, you know what? That's what those knobs are handy for.
To keep it propped up.
Propped up, yeah.
Because I find the one that came with the Olicio, that's a really good one. The heat does not go through it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'll have to try this to see, you know, how much of a it will. Now, it's probably going to get, any of them will get hot on the bottom because, I mean, they do transfer heat. They're supposed to.
Yeah, they are silicone,
but still, it's decent.
Yeah,
nice with it. So I'm going to give it, only because I've got several different ones and whatnot, I'm going to give it a 4. What do you?
Yeah, 4.
Don't be original.
It's nice to. They're nice to have.
They're handy.
I mean, we wouldn't have bought one, but because we both have one. But
yeah, I have several actually, but they're all different types. But I miss it. Feels like those things you wear on your head, heely boppers or whatever they go.
Yeah, it feels like a.
Feels like something that you might wear on your head.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's lights or something.
Girl, that might. Yeah, maybe it's one of those lights that you wear around your neck or something.
Maybe. Nope. No, not even close.
It's.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. It's
cross stitch.
No. It's embroidery ornament. includes one embroidery hoop, embroidery floss, one printed fabric piece. This is something in the Missouri Star quilt box. They had one too as well, a kit. So you got the floss, everything in here. I think you have needles. You have the pattern paper that's pre-printed. You've got a hoop. Okay, I don't do hand stitching of any kind. So for me, this is like a yeah.
And I wouldn't do it either.
No, and I mean, okay, if you're into this, it's a pretty pattern and everything. If you know, and it's portable enough if you want to do it on the road or take it with you somewhere and that kind of stuff. If you really enjoy this kind of stuff, then sure, great. I think you would like this. For me, no, I'm going to give it a 2 because I'm just not into embroidery. Doesn't mean that the quality of it is bad or anything like that.
Some people might like it, but yeah, for us, it's not.
For us, it's just biggie. It's not a thing. But you know, not everything's going to be something in here that we do. But I'm giving it a 2, and you're giving it 2.
Yeah. Oh, you got something on soon, right?
At 3 o'clock, we've got time. Yeah. Okay. Ho ho. Ho 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 ho.
Heavy.
Maybe it's the iron. Maybe the iron goes with the. It's the iron to go with the silicone pad.
That's a possibility.
It feels like it. It feels like the shape, but. Yep. Now, I have one of these. In fact, when I first got into quilting, this was one of the first ones that I bought. And they're good little irons. They are. But that goes with the silicone pad. So now, see, there was some thought in that one, putting it together. These are particularly inexpensive. They're not as expensive as the Olisio, and I love my Olisio, whatever. But these are pretty good too.
Yeah.
With it. So this is quality. I'm going to give it, even though
we got lots of iron.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm probably not going to use it because I have one. I've got several portable irons. So, you know, unlike sewing machines, how many irons do you need? But
yeah, I think that's a 5.
Yeah, I would give it definitely a 5.
And especially you got the pad with it.
Well, yeah, so the two combined with each other.
Yeah, well, that's a bonus.
Yeah. So
I mean, it can't hurt to have another iron.
No. Actually, I might use it. I might put it on, unless I blow a fuse. I might put it on the other end of on that little pad, because sometimes my big iron, when you're doing little pieces, sometimes is a little cumbersome. So I might actually use that. So yeah, 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. That was good. And bonus, you got the pad to put it on. So, all right, what's this? Oh, we got a Bernina ruler.
It's a freebie.
That's a freebie 12-inch red trans ruler with logo. Okay. I would say this is a promotional item, maybe, or whatever.
Yeah.
Where'd you know me, guys? But it's this color. And I'm wondering if this is... have you ever seen in the old days...
Well, isn't Bernina's logo red?
Oh, maybe. But I was going to say, the red color of this, you can see through it.
Oh, yeah.
When you put this up against colored fabric, if you're looking for the value of the fabric, they used to have these ruby rulers, they called them, or something to look through. And I'm wondering if this will be the same thing. Not that I would use it myself for that, but I know some people do that.
Yeah.
So,
it's a nice ruler.
Yeah, and it's got both metric and regular on it. So
yeah, it's fairly thick.
Yeah, it's a good quality ruler. So, yeah, I mean, can't hurt to have another ruler, can it? And we just did a thing about that, didn't we? How many rulers I have. So I'm going to give it a 3. And the reason I'm going to give it a 3 is it's good quality ruler, has Bernina on it. Well, yeah, but I'm not holding it back on that. But I have rulers.
Yeah.
You know, like as a quilter, we have a lot of rulers. So yeah, this sort of suggests possibly advertising.
Yeah.
So because they are a Bernina dealer. So yeah, but nevertheless, it's another ruler. It's handy. I'm going to give it a...
Scrape the burr off it.
Yeah.
And you can have Nina.
Yeah, right. What are you giving it? I'm giving it a 3.
Yeah, okay, 3.
Okay, do you have any ones that are different? I think every
No.
Only one did we differ on.
Actually give me a 2. I don't think.
Okay, give you a 2.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's got something on it.
I don't know what it is. I haven't got a clue. I haven't been able to guess any of them. Except for the calendar. I got that one.
Where? Got a little bump on it on the other side. So I don't know.
Open it and see. Hold it up too. Like you have a tendency to. The camera's up here.
Okay. Needle minder quilty little Christmas. I don't know. Is it a magnet? I think it's a magnet.
It's probably it's by Kimberbell. Needle minder. Quilty little Christmas. Needle minder. 2.5-inch enamel. Making a quilty little Christmas. Keep track of your pins and needles with a coordinating needle minder. So is it magnetic?
You got a pen?
No, I don't have pins. Yeah, of course. Yeah, over there. Trying to get it out of the package so we can see. I would pretty much assume that it's a magnet. I mean, like, because what's going to hold your... Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Well,
It's not very strong.
It's not very strong. And I think, I don't know, is that a clip? Are you supposed to wear it? Oh, no, that's the... Okay. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Hi, welcome to the convention. I'm from Kimberbell. Sort of works. Yeah, I guess. Could be a little stronger.
Yeah.
Will
you use it? Probably
no,
not.
I won't use it.
I've got other magnets I don't use.
Yeah, I mean, okay, cute. This magnet holds it on to your clothes is fairly strong, so it won't fall off. But okay, I rate this in the cute line of things. Cute. I'm not sure whether it sounds like a good idea, but it's I don't wear one of those wrist things either.
No, I've got one of those wrist things and I never wear it.
So that's just us. I mean, maybe the ladies out there, this would be something, you know. But
somebody might use it.
I know what
for me, I don't use it.
I'd be sitting there, I've got it on here, and I'd be going, okay, let's put the pin on, and I'd be missing it and poking myself all the time.
Or maybe they meant to stick it on a piece of fabric or something like that you're working on. And
oh, maybe.
And
or maybe you can stick it to the side of your sewing machine, away from the computer components.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know.
I suppose there's different ways you could use it, but
yeah, I've got a pin holder that's magnetic, and I like throwing my pins over across the room at it, and it sticks to it because it's really strong.
I would hope so, but I'm going to give it a 2.
Whereas this, I can't. If I want to throw a pin at it, it probably won't stick. No,
it'll bounce off. Okay, where'd the pin go? Oh, here it is, under my feet. All right, so I see that it's cute. It's, you know, has an interesting concept in the whole bit. I know I won't use it. I'm going to give it 2. I'm going to give it a 2. What are you going to give it?
Yeah, 1.
Okay, 1. I'm sure some of you would love it, though. Okay. I have no idea what this is. Didn't come in a wrapper. Okay, we've got a kit. This is for a quilt called Newsflash. Kind of interesting. Second, I'll hold it up. There's the picture of the quilt. And it's got some
Christmas fabric.
It's got Christmas fabrics. It's got penguins, some Santas, some background fabric. It looks like backing is here.
No, I'm not sure if that.
But I don't think the pattern is Halloween. Yeah, I think this has got spiders and stuff.
Yeah, the pattern's Halloween, but they give you Christmas
Yeah,
fabric.
to do it in Christmas. And they're on the back are what, so
Yeah.
basically you probably fussy cut the fabric or to whatever. It says 5 fat quarters, lattice 1 1/8 yards, contrast 1/4 yard, binding a ½ yard. Cut all strips across the fabric. Okay, the measurements, make 12 pieces, quilt and bind. So do we have, it says 5 fat quarters. So there's probably duplicate, you have to make duplicate blocks for the size. Because you're supposed to make 12-piece block. Okay, well, I mean, I am not a fan of Villa Rosa designs. I know some people are. I am not. I find them like they're convenient because they're all on one card. But because they're all on one card, they don't tend, at least the ones I've seen, to be very like that's a pretty simple pattern. Okay, that's there. So, but the fabric's okay. It's Christmassy fabric. I don't know if I'll do anything with it this year, but it's fabric. And anytime you give me fabric, well, I say bonus. So, and I mean, I don't have to do this pattern. I could do something else with the fabric if I don't. I don't dislike the pattern. I just find it a little beginner. Sorry, I sound like a snob, don't I? Well, I am. But yeah. So, would you do this pattern? No, you won't. Okay, so based on that, I'm going. It's fabric. I like fabric.
It is fabric.
Yeah, I'm not a fan though of the pattern that's with it. I'm gonna give it a 4 because it's fabric.
Okay, 4's fine for me too.
Yeah, okay, be original.
Yeah.
Where's your stuff?
I do have an idea for it.
Oh well, okay. What?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, something dirty.
No.
Salt and pepper shake. I don't know what that's. Oh, thread. Maybe it's thread. Or no, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like thread.
Open it.
Yeah, one spool's right side up, and the other one. Actually, there's more than one. More than 2. There's 3 spools of red thread, I think. Yeah.
Oh wow!
1.
I already know what I'm giving this because this is Glide, and this is what I use in my long arm, and they have an extensive selection.
3. So they're sort of Christmas colors.
Yeah, they are. But I like those colors.
And yeah, I would say that's a 5.
Yep, that's a 5. That is a 5.
You can always use thread.
Yep, and especially Glide because that's what I use exclusively for my quilting when I quilt. You can also use this in your embroidery machine as well.
Actually, it's some pretty good stuff we're getting.
Yeah, actually, yeah. So far, it's been pretty good. Okay.
Something in a square package.
Okay, I can't get into it.
Are we challenged or
Yes,
what?
we are. Oh, they're labels.
Thanks, I made it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so there, you can sew them in your shirts.
Yeah.
Thanks, I made it. I know these kind of little labels right now are, as they say, on trend, because they're very popular for people to get these ones. The only thing what is that I don't like about them is that they're generic. Like if I'm going to label a quilt, and I never do, I'd like to have a spot for my name, and I don't think the idea is to write that on here. I think that's part of how you sew it into your seam. allowance into the binding. But I know that a lot of people do like these little things, and it's not.
I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of a neat.
It's kind of a yeah. So just because I have a feeling I will never ever use these. I don't know if you ever would. Probably
I don't
not.
like labels and inside my shirts unless I were to put it on the side or
Well,
something.
what I've got against this is thanks I made it. Well, it's kind of generic, isn't it? I suppose you could use it in conjunction with another label too.
Or
as well.
people, it's just to show that somebody made it.
Yeah, maybe.
Not just bought in a store.
Yeah. I mean, I think they might be useful. I'm gonna give
Yeah.
it 3. What are you giving it?
Yeah, 3. Actually 4. I mean, you can put it on a bag that you made, right? And you say, "This thanks I made it," in the corner, like in a little tag. And like, if somebody sees it, "Oh, did you make that?"
Oh, true. Yeah, that's an idea.
Yeah.
You could do that. Thanks, I made it. Yeah, okay. I'm still giving it a 3.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, okay. There's potential. There's potential. All right. This one's soft. Very soft. Makeup sponge. Oh, there's something long and hard in it too.
Soft and long.
Okay.
Feels like a pencil and a notepad. I don't think it's a notepad though.
No, it's not a notepad. You are right. It's a Micron marking pen.
Okay.
And it is fabric. Oh, now I get it. Labels. This is a permanent marker type, a fine point. You write your label on this and you add this with it.
Yes.
In combination, they would go together. Okay, I get it. I won't use them, but because I never label anything. By the time I get to the point where I'm binding the quilt, I know I should label them. I know people out there are going to scream at you gotta label them, because in 100 years' time, people won't know who you are. In 100 years' time, I won't care.
The idiot made it.
Yeah, the idiot.
Thanks, I made it.
But I see it now.
Thanks, the idiot made it.
These two things really kind of go together. So I'm still not going to upgrade what I gave these.
Thanks, I made it. You could just say, thanks, idiot made it.
You're so funny. Yeah. What are you going to give it?
I'm
giving it a 3.
Okay.
Only because I'll probably never use it. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with it or anything like that. You get a nice pen too, A pen I'll use somewhere on it. I've had Micron pens before. They're a good pen. Okay, we're getting to the bottom of the bag. In fact, oh no, there's 2. 2 left. It's something that feels like it might be coiled up.
Yeah. Let's see.
And this one, don't open it yet. And this is the last one in there, and it feels like a lipstick. So, what's it feel like to you? It's hard. It's heavy. Hard and heavy.
Ooh, it's heavy. It's not a lips. It's. I'd almost say. It almost feels like a pattern weight. I don't think it is.
There was something else in the bag. Another pen. Oh, it's from Kawartha Quilting. Actually, I have a couple of their pens. These are good pens. I like the pens. I think this was an extra bonus in there.
Yeah, this is different. I don't know what that is.
Okay, heavy. Let's open both of them at the same time and see. So, yeah.
Oh,
I've got one of these. This is for scrubbing your mat. And they work. They do work really well. I have several of them. I don't know how many more I need, but yeah, these do work very well. And they've got a little slot up here, and you put your hand in it. Well, I don't want to take it out there because I may take it down to Georgia as a gift. But you can put your fingers in here in the top of it, and then you can all over, and it picks up out of the little nooks and crannies, like where you're, especially if your self-healing mat's getting a little bit older, sometimes things get trapped down in to the grooves that you've made with it. This pulls them out. It does work. When I got the first time I got one, I think I got one. I don't know why I had one, but I had one of these, and I poo-potted it. Oh yeah, really, does that work? And it does. It really does work. So that's good. That's good. And I'm going to give it a 4. What would you give it?
Yeah, I give it
Have you
4.
ever used it?
I haven't used one.
You should
No.
try one.
Yeah.
I've got several.
Okay.
You can try one. You can have this one. Okay. And what's...
A Kawartha quilting utility knife.
Ooh! Ooh!
It's got lots of things in here. It's got...
Ooh!
I can
Ooh!
get my... I don't know if I have nailed this. It's got a
Okay.
bottle opener.
Oh!
It's got...
It's the Swiss Army knife of Kawartha quilting. It's got little scissors.
little scissors.
Ooh!
And it's got... ooh, a little saw. You can saw something with it.
Can you tell we're men? This one, we're looking at it and going, oh.
It's got another bottle opener, too.
Oh, good. I can open two at the same time. Well, one's a bottle opener, one's a, like for a cap. I don't know. Is there a corkscrew?
Oh, no. Yeah, there's a corkscrew.
Oh, great. We're set for everything.
A knife. I think that's all the ones on that side. Oh, no, wait a minute.
There's a lot in that.
Well, another saw.
Oh.
Another saw. And then we've got a corkscrew.
So you can kill people.
We got a corkscrew. We got a screwdriver.
So when you want a quick
Screwdriver. We got... oh.
It's a bit stiff, but they usually are until you've used them a lot.
Another
What's
kind
that?
of knife.
And it looks like there's another one there too. Whoa, there's another one after that.
It's like a cuticle type knife or whatever. Yeah, and a file.
Jeez.
And then I don't know, this thing with a hole in it.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
what you
not
do
sure
with
what
that.
you do with that.
Is there a toothpick?
No toothpick.
You know how in the Swiss Army knife they used to have a toothpick?
I don't see any toothpick.
No.
But it's got a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there's actually a little wrench. Oh, no, that's not a wrench. I thought that was a wrench.
There is. Oh no,
well, you can use the end of that as a screwdriver.
Oh yeah, you can.
We're
having so much fun with this.
You can use the end of a of this as a screwdriver because it's got a flat end to it. This one's got a pointy end to it. Yeah, it's got scissors. It's got little saws. You need to saw through something. Somebody got you tied up, you can saw through
there. Yeah, or someone tries to encroach upon your sewing area at a retreat.
Well, that's definitely a
this
5.
one. This one's a 5. This one's definitely a 5. Yeah, but you want to know something? It's because we're men. And this is for a man. Okay, I'm sorry, ladies, but a lot of this other stuff is more geared towards the ladies, but I am really pleased that they put in something that has sort of, I know women can use this too, but would you? And if you're married, is your husband actually going to let you have one of these?
That's a good one to throw in with the travel thing.
Travel thing.
Yeah, you know,
yeah,
you got a
but yeah,
and everything.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. I put it in my sewing bag because, yeah, I can even put a gnome on the end of it. It's got a little thing. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's a bonus.
Okay,
that bag's a good one.
Are you giving it a 5?
Yeah, it's definitely.
Okay, I'm giving
it a 5. That is definitely a good bag.
Okay, that was everything that was in there. Our average, well, we're both pretty much the same, but I would say our average on this one is about a 4. A couple of 2s, a 3, lots of 4s, a couple of 5s.
It's more like a 4.5 or whatever.
No, I think it's a 4.
Okay.
I think, either a 4 or 4.5. Okay. Will I buy it next year? Do you think I should buy it next year?
Yeah.
I think this one was better than last year's.
Yeah, it was.
I really do. I think the game got stepped up. I was a little worried when I first opened it and saw the calendar and went, oh, we had one of those last year and the whole bit. But as we went through the bag,
there aren't really too many things in here that you would say, no, I wouldn't want it, right? You know, I mean, there's always in one of these bags you get stuff that you're not that crazy about, right? Or there's sometimes things that you think, well, why in the world did they put that in there? But there isn't any way in the world that they put that in there.
No. And the thing is, too, when I look at all this stuff sitting around us right now, they really thought about the practicality of what went in here. You know, you can get some Christmas Advent calendar things, and they throw in stuff that is, it's cute, but that's all it is.
Even the seam ripper is kind of
Yeah,
a
the
neat,
seam. Yeah,
it's
like I
different.
started to poop at first, so I saw the light on it. And went, oh, okay. And that one seems to be a nice strong light, so I will use that. So I would say overall, I am not disappointed. I do like the fact that most of these things, there isn't anything in here that isn't practical, really. I don't
Yeah, and
know.
there
And it,
aren't really too many things that we'd say we wouldn't use or at least try.
no. So what's your favorite item?
That's a good question. I'm not sure if it's the knife or um hmm hmm what's yours?
I'm going to say it's the knife. But my next one close to that is this. Wouldn't be for Walter because he doesn't dust. But, but I do.
No, I mean
And
I like I like the thread and
well, the thread, yeah.
I
And
kind of
the
actually
iron.
I kind of my thing I like is the seam ripper.
Okay. That's fine. But everything here, as we've said, all of it is very usable, very practical. I
I mean,
mean,
I this is a close second.
now, what did I pay for this bag?
I don't know.
I think I paid about 140, 160,
Something like that.
something like
Actually,
that.
that's good value.
But I think I got my money's worth. I mean, okay, this iron alone is probably about $50.
Yeah.
Okay, retail. That calendar's 25. There's $75 right there just for those two things.
Yeah.
This,
I mean, it is. They've obviously ordered this.
yeah,
and
they've
stuff
got
like
it
that.
customized, but
But it is a nice quality.
we got
piece.
fabric. I mean, there's 5 fat quarters plus more fabric in here. So this in itself is probably about a $40 value too.
About the only thing that we probably wouldn't really use that much is the label stuff. But
Yeah,
I mean, that's a personal thing.
yeah.
That's us, and maybe the Kimberbell thing. But
Glide thread is what? $6.99, $7.99 a spool. There's 3 spools of it, so there's over $20 right there too.
Mhm.
So, really it's
And if somebody was getting this as a gift, I think they would be thrilled with it.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, really. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get it next year. I think it's worth it's good value for it all. And things have been put together with a mind for being as gender neutral as you can be in the quilting world. And yeah, some things do lean towards female, but then that's because there's more females in the quilting world. We have to face that. And and also practical. Yeah. So hope you enjoyed the unbagging. It was an unbagging. Do check out Kawartha Quilting. They are online as well, and you will find a link for them in the show notes below as well. They are a local quilt shop to us, and it's one that I like to support because we love them very much there. So yeah, check them out. And if you've got any unboxings to do, I hope you enjoy your unboxing as well. This is always a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you probably on Sunday for Stephen and Walter Live.
Yeah.
Take care. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.